Hi everyone. Today in this class we'll learn about friction. What are the sample learning goals? First point, identify when forces are balanced versus unbalanced. Second point, determine the sum of forces on an object with more than one force on it. Predict the friction of an object with zero net force. Predict the direction of motion given a combination of forces. These are the learning goals. Now we will learn about types of friction. There are three types of friction. First is static friction. Now you can see in the simulation, we can clearly understand the concept of friction. The box of 50 kilograms is placed on a rough surface, and when we try to push it, it does not start moving immediately. This is because a force called friction acts between the box and the ground. Friction always acts in the opposite direction of motion, which is shown by the red arrow pointing opposite to the applied force. When the applied force is very small, the box remains at rest because static friction balances the applied force. As it gradually increases the applied force using the slider, the friction force also increases to opposite. This continues until the applied force becomes greater than the maximum static friction. At that point, the box starts moving. So the next type is kinetic friction. Once the box begins to move, the type of friction changes from static friction to kinetic friction. Kinetic friction is slightly less than static friction, which is why the box continues to move with a constant applied force. If we increase the mass of the object, such as changing the box from 50 kg to 100 or 200 kilograms, we observe that more force is required to move it. This happens because heavier objects press more strongly against the surface, increasing friction. Similarly, when we increase the friction level using the friction slider representing a rougher surface, the opposing friction forces becomes larger and it becomes harder to move the box. From this simulation, we learn that friction depends on the nature of the surface in contact and the mass of the object, and although friction resists motion, it is essential in our daily life for activities like walking, writing and driving. The last type of friction is rolling friction. Rolling friction occurs when an object rolls over a surface instead of sliding. Examples of rolling friction include a wheel moving on a road or a ball rolling on the ground. Compared to sliding friction, rolling friction is much smaller, which is why rolling objects move more easily. In rolling friction, the object continuously changes its point of contact with the surface, reducing the resistance of motion. However, the rolling friction still exists due to deformation of the rolling objects or the surface, such as slight flattening of a wheel or the ground. This resistance opposes the motion and slowly reduces the speed of the rolling object. Because rolling friction is much less than sliding friction, wheels and ball bearings are used in vehicles and machines to make movement easier and more efficient.